job. By the way, I applied to 200 congressional offices for a summer internship, and I got answers from about 50. They were all no, and the rest of them never responded. So I went down to the, went looking for a job, and I saw the State House, and I walked in, and the guy said, well, I'll hire you to write resolutions writing about how great Aunt Rosie is. So I got hired to do that job, and when I showed up on Monday to go to work, it turned out that this guy had been fired in the internship program down there, and they had an opening, and I told him I basically ran Washington when I was a student, and they hired me. So I did that for a while, then I quit my job and I ran for the state senate. And I started when I was about 24. I got elected to the state senate with a very big grassroots campaign. So at 26, I went into the legislature. And then at the age of 30, they took my district away through gerrymandering. And so then I ran for Congress and got elected. I was the only Republican to win in 1982. And that was a great time because Reagan was coming to the state and everybody hated Reagan, including Republicans. So I got Reagan all to myself, which I just loved. And then I got elected and got to work with him. And then I spent the 9 terms in Congress and then tried to run for president. I didn't win, but the way things have been going, it probably would have been okay if I had won. Anyway, so I decided to quit and go do something else. And so I went out and got into business, and I worked on Wall Street, and I got the Fox thing, and I speak around the country, and I'm on boards and all that. Why do I tell you all that? I tell you that because the thing I'm most interested in with young people is my dad was a mailman. I had no connections. I don't even have any relatives that live in the state of Ohio. Okay, I wasn't all A's. I wasn't honors or any of that other stuff. It was just in my life, I always felt that you got to shoot high. You got to be honest. You got to have integrity. You got to show respect, and you got to drive people crazy until they give you what you want. Okay. And I never ever tried to let anybody ever talk me out of what it was I wanted to do. And I got into politics because I grew up in a little town where people didn't have a voice. And my mother was a very opinionated lady. And she told me one time, she said, Johnny, if you ever get anywhere and you can make a difference, don't let us down, okay? And that's precisely what I did. The 4 years I was in the legislature and the 18 years I was in Congress. And I always felt that I didn't know how long I was going to be there. You know, because people are fickle, voters are fickle. You just never know how the ground can move from under you. So every day when I went to work, I went to work with the idea of swing for the fences. Okay, sometimes I would compromise, but I never compromised my principles and the way I felt about things that were important to me. And how do you know that? You know it because of what your heart tells you. And I made a rough